And this is what you have to do to become monumentally successful in the world today. You have to sell your soul and sell your sanity. That's why all these famous people talk such utter bullshit. That's why they say such garbage. That's why all the politicians vote against the interests of their own constituents. That's why most of the other large podcasters, YouTubers you can name are sellouts. That's why when I was canceled, they all stood up in unison and said, yes, you should be canceled. Yes, yes. Because Susan called them and said, do you want to keep your YouTube channel? This is how it works. It's all a scam. So to decide to be sovereign takes a degree of bravery that most are not prepared for. After I turned that contract down, I said on every single podcast, they're going to put me in jail for something. I started saying it over and over and over.
I heard it.
Because I understand the world. And I knew what was going to happen. And what's going to happen at the end of this imaginary case I'm charged with, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to jail for 20 years. Maybe. But my sanity is not for sale. So do I want to sell my soul? Am I going to wear a dress? Am I going to...
Have you ever worn a dress?
Of course not. I'm not going to do anything stupid for the idea of my own safety.
Let me ask you this, is like...
the question I want to ask you, sir, is if you were in my position, what would you do? And I want you to tell the truth. Would you have taken that money and would you have certain ideas? Because you're the kind of guy who just assaults people on the internet and you don't even think, you don't operate from a frame of honor.
Yeah.
So I'm asking genuinely.
But let me say this to you.
Would you take the money and just sell your soul?
So the answer is no. You're not going to believe it. I don't have $55 million. I don't have a couple, to be honest. But you know this. You understand how crypto works. I
don't care about crypto. I'm asking about your soul, your honor as a man.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you an example. Big money moves in crypto from a lot of people that don't deserve it. If you have influence in crypto, you know this. You make a tweet, hundreds of millions of dollars get thrown around instantly, right? Money moves. So you can assume that any person that has any sphere of influence is offered like very large deals to do things that probably are not morally or ethically correct. But like, who cares? You can get away with it.
Yeah.
I have sort of, you don't know me very well. You know me now. We're forming a relationship. You said friend when I handed you the coffee. Have sort of had like a one non-negotiable, which is my beliefs, my values, and my ethics. And I sort of think that if you do it the right way, I've turned down, I'll be honest with you, we could pull up my bank statement. I don't have $1 million right now. I've been offered millions for many deals that I decided were incorrect, I shouldn't take. And I've sort of came with the stance that if you do it the right way, you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you like stand by your values and your beliefs, you ultimately get to where you want to get to. And I believe that if I sold my soul, I probably wouldn't be sitting here on this podcast. I wouldn't be on YouTube posting this with millions.
So you're prepared to go to jail?
I believe I would rather go to jail than sell my soul to something. Because it's like, at what cost? You sell your soul, then what's left? Well, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
exactly right.
That's what you just said. I'm repurposing it, but it's like...
That's all you own.
Like, I don't want to go to jail. Am I afraid of jail? Like, yeah. Like, I don't want to go to jail. Like respect to you, Tristan. Like, I don't know how y'all do it, but at a certain stage, if you're offered two options and one of them is worse than jail or jail, I think you kind of only have one choice there.
What's that choice? To sell your soul?
It's to go to jail. It's like, which one's worse?
It's funny though, because you say that and everyone I ask that question says that.
Okay.
But it's interesting. I seem to be the only person who chose that choice.
Do you believe that you're the only person that chose that?
Well, I don't know if I'm the only one, but there's a lot of people who clearly were happy to have a member of their team turns transgender to show the kids, or happy to say whatever Susan told them to in unison with a cancellation, or happy to agree with Israel, or happy to agree with LGBT, or happy to agree with BLM. There's a lot of people who instantly sign on the dotted line in unison instantly. And they're the same people who sit and say, oh, if I had the choice, I'd never sell my soul. Where are they? We wouldn't be in the mess we were in if it wasn't just me and my brother doing this. The fact is only us two, basically, and a few others standing against a system is the reason we're in the mess we're in. If you don't currently have a criminal case, you're not important in the fight against the system. If you're not currently, like myself, like Assange, like Roger Ver, like Russell Brand, like Trump, like if you're not currently going to court, you're a nobody. You're either a nobody or you're on the wrong side.
That's crazy.
That's the reality. You're either on the wrong side or you're on the right side, but you're an insignificant pawn on the chessboard and they're trying to take out the kings. If you're not living with a current attempted criminal conviction.
So what you're saying is if I don't have a case active and I haven't sold my soul, I'm just insignificant?
Unfortunately, yes.